Let's go next to Jamie from Georgia. Jamie, welcome.
Hi, thank you for welcoming me.
My pleasure.
Uh, yeah. David, what I wanted to talk today about, was the rise of socialism in the U.S. According to this Axios poll, apparently it's like a 49 to 46% split between favorably viewing socialism and to capitalism. I don't know which way it is. But either way, what are your thoughts on the rise?
I have to tell you, I don't know what you're talking about. So you're saying the rise of socialism's popularity, are you saying?
I'm sorry, I don't think I explained this very well. I mean, like the rise of socialism being viewed in a more favorable light compared to capitalism being viewed in a very positive light. For instance, during the Red Scare, in the U.S., socialism was viewed very negatively compared to capitalism.
Okay, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I know that you're correct that socialism is seen less unfavorably in the US now than it has been in a long time. So let's agree that that's going on, and the specific numbers maybe we don't have in front of us. I don't have any particular hot take on that. I mean, listen, here's what's going on. The version of capitalism that exists in the United States has failed many, many millions of people. When we look at wages, when we look at access to just basics that people need to live, we have hunger in the United States, there's no reason for that, et cetera, et cetera. It's natural that people would say, wow, this isn't working, what else is there? And one of the other things that there is, in theory, is socialism. So it's not shocking to me, given the version of capitalism that exists here, that there would be people looking for other things. As far as socialism goes, I'm not personally a socialist. That doesn't mean anything in particular. But my point is, I'm not like looking to usher in socialism and socializing the means of production and socialized ownership of businesses. I'm not looking to do that. I think a lot of the people that now view socialism more favorably also aren't looking to do that, and they don't actually know what socialism is. That's sort of my take. Not surprising, people are looking for alternatives. A lot of them don't really know what socialism is. A lot of the people that claim to be socialists aren't really. Like Bernie says he's a democratic socialist. Maybe he is, but his policy is one of social democracy, which is a regulated capitalism. So I think there's some confusion and there's some logic to it as well.
Mm. Yes, I think that's a very good take, Pac-Man.
Thank you.
Uh, yeah, I will say, yes, the U.S. in the U.S. what is considered socialism has largely been incredibly stunted, of course, due to the Red Scares and uber reactionaryism that's fostered in the U.S. Culture. But would I think that a good way to combat this would be to educate people on what socialism really is.
Sure.
And yeah, and I think and I would classify personally I would classify social democracy as not a form of socialism but as sort of like a window into socialism. When people see that this little nugget of socialism, something that's barely even socialism, not even the economic policies, but just the everything else policies of social democracy,
Yeah.
I think that people will be like, hey, so this is just a nugget of socialism. This is really good. If we have this, but on a much larger scale, and in a way that we make sure does not end up like the Soviet Union or China, then we can have socialism, and I think that socialism will have even more of a boom than it already is experiencing.
So I don't agree with you personally. I think that having social democracy would lead us towards being like the Northern European countries, which are still capitalist countries. But what I will say, what you just said is the view of a lot of incrementalist socialists. So, for example, there's a streamer named Ian Vaush, and when I spoke to Ian Vaush, he said, "I'm a socialist, but if we're ever going to have socialism, it's going to go through social democracy so that people realize." Hey, this is the right direction to go in. So the view you're espousing, while it's not one I agree with, is a valid and a widely held view among actual socialists. And I appreciate you making that point.
Thank you.
My
Well,
pleasure.
that's about all I had. So thank you for calling on me, David. See you next time.
All right,
Bye.
we will see you next time. Appreciate the call.